Hi, I'm Dr. Carol Miller, and I'm going to talk to you today about competitive advantage and what that means in relationship to your employees. Think for a minute. When you think of a company's competitive advantage, what is the first thing that comes to mind? I think in terms of what they do best. At least that's what a lot of people tell me. What's a company known for? What sets them apart from the competition? And there's a lot of different things you can think of in relationship to a lot of different companies. But what I want to talk about today is how your employees are your competitive advantage. If you do it correctly, if you manage it correctly, if you focus on the relationship between the employer and the employee, your employees can indeed be your competitive advantage. HR's greatest role is to promote the link between employee performance and its impact on its business goals. So think about that, how your employees perform and how ultimately that will impact your goals as an organization. Or in other words, how your employees will ensure you meet those goals. Now, it's given you hire them, so they're going to do the job that you hired them to do, which is true. But depending on the relationship will determine how hard they work, with what passion they contribute, how innovative they are for the company. It really is incumbent upon the company to nurture that relationship. We talk about attracting and retaining the best people, and you want to do that. But it's more to a relationship between the company and the employee than just retaining good employees. So let's talk about some of the things as a company you would do to ensure that your employees are engaged. One of the critical, one of the situations that's in the highest demand right now in the workplace is work-life balance. It's more important to employees than it's ever been before. Work-life balance has to do with um, ensuring that your employees have balance, and it's not just about the work they do for you, but outside of the company, excuse me, outside of the company, how are they taking care of themselves? Because if they indeed are nurturing and taking care of themselves, um, they are more likely to put the needs of the company first. Work-life balance is something that um, people are looking for when they're seeking out companies. They want to know that not only is the work, are we driven by the work within the company, that my well-being as an employee matters. So there's a balance between work and home. There's a balance between what you do at work and your needs as a person outside the company. And when an employee feels that their well-being matters, then they're more likely to work harder for you as an organization. So let's think for a minute. What are some of the things that a company can do to ensure work-life balance? And a lot of it depends on the company structure, the company's culture. Does your company employ a culture that supports work-life balance? Because it's not enough to say that we have an environment that supports your balance. We have to be able to demonstrate that. We have to be able to show with our actions, with the things we offer within the company that will let potential employees and current employees know. Um, it's not always dependent on the size of the company or the amount of money that a company has. Um, One of the companies that spends a lot of time focused on the balance that its employees have is a company called SAS, SAS. Um, SAS, when they first started, it was so important to them to have balance within their organization. They offered their employees um, M&M Wednesday. That's all they could do. M&M Wednesday. That's what their budget would afford. But people, it was fun. It brought the employees together and gave them an opportunity to talk. Uh, it was a way to show the employees that they mattered. Again, if budgets are low, some companies do potlucks or gatherings just to ask an employee how they're doing, to ensure an employee is taking time for themselves. If you have an employee and you notice, hey, this person hasn't taken a day off in a long time, then send them home. Give them a chance to step away from their workspace some time, a day or two, and come back. The fact that you noticed as an employer that this person was giving at this level means a lot, again, to your employee, and they're more likely to come back stronger and more focused. The company I talked about, SAS, that started with M&M Wednesday, at later in their growth, and they did grow, um, SAS did things like they had a company country club membership where they paid 90% of the membership for their employees. Employees didn't have to pay for their medical benefits. They had a number of chefs that were on site being, I'm sorry, cooking gourmet food to order for their employees. So again, different budgets afford companies the opportunity to do different things. Um, at Google, it's all about play. They encourage employees to come to work and play because they see that as a way to ensure or to promote creativity. They also recognize the fact that their employees spend so much time at work, um, and they want them to spend time at work, but they also know that it's important um, for some people to get home and take care of the pets. Well, they said, you know what, bring your pets to work. And a lot of employees do that. So they know they matter. You know, employees, the best and the brightest, can always move to a different company. They can always go for a higher income, which is what we strive for. But at the end of the day, it's more than the money you pay your employee. It's what balance you offer them. It's that they matter to the organization. So work-life balance is where it was important. It's more important than it's ever been before. So keep that in mind when you're trying to keep a talented workforce. It's also important to tell people that they matter, that they are a part of the team, that they did a good job. Imagine this. Imagine going for a month at a company and nobody saying you did a good job on a project. Is that because you didn't do a good job, or is that because they forgot to tell you because they were so busy? So make sure that your employees hear the words, thank you. It is the most inexpensive, heartfelt way to tell someone that they matter in your organization. Praise doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't cost a thing. And people are very responsive to praise within an organization. Um, at the end of the day, you want people to stay. You want them to be excited to be a part of your team. Keep in mind, when someone is engaged in an organization, imagine this, they're going to work 20% harder than someone that is not engaged, and they're 87% more likely to stay in your organization if they feel respected, if they feel that they matter, if they are engaged in the organization. That engagement is coming from the company. It's not the employees' responsibility to engage themselves. They're going to engage because you care, because you bring them in, and because you make them feel a part of the team. So, as part of the organizational culture, what do we need to do to engage our employees? What do we do to offer our employees praise? What do we do to ensure our employees have balance in the workplace? That's what will keep employees at our organization. That's what employees are looking for today. I know that the culture, or you hear a lot about people moving organizations um, more than they ever used to before. They will. but people also stay where they're happy. So keep that in mind. I hope you found this helpful. I enjoyed sharing some of this information with you, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you so much.